Well, hey there. Good afternoon, good morning, everybody. It's Ann C. coming at you. Beautiful, beautiful day here. I'm out on my back deck and it is really nice. It's just a beautiful breeze coming through. Okay, before I dive into this concept of when consistency can come to bite you in the butt, make sure you go to AnnSiegMentor.com, which takes you into my private leaders circle. And that's where I share my marketing and leadership and business development tips and strategies with you. True story. Let's dive into consistency. So every Wednesday, I do a new member orientation. It starts at 8 p.m. And I have been doing new member orientations since 2010, maybe even sooner, for a very, very long time. It's all part of our webinar enrollment system. Anyways, that's not the purpose. I didn't want to go into that, but all to say, in there, I talk about success pillars, the 3 success pillars. And the first 2 people go through pretty much in about that. I had a call coming in. They come through with flying colors, and this works like clockwork, by the way, this data. Oh, we're going to talk about data, my friends. Yes, we are. So anyways, we go through the first 2 success pillars, and then we're on the 3rd one. And this is done using the polling feature inside GoToWebinar. So instead of just writing in their comments, they actually answer through the poll and they rate themselves on a scale of 1 to 5. So when we come to the 3rd success pillar, I ask them, are you known for your high level of consistency and with an engaged mindset? Then the numbers really drop. 5 is high, 1 is low. And they plummet to where it's only 15% of the people saying, oh yeah, I got that one, which would be consistency and highly engaged. And so I'm like, thank you. Thank you so much for your honesty. I know you're being very truthful. And I say that because every single week, it's the same results. First 2, yeah, that's me, baby, but then they get to that 3rd success pill and they drop off the cliff. So, and then I tell them, so here's the deal. Consistency wins the game in business. You must be consistent. And yet, what I just mentioned in my post is, yeah, sometimes there can be a problem with consistency. So I'm going to give it a real story from my team. And then I'm going to give it to something that I observed with someone with their own marketing and efforts. So within our team, we developed, we have an extremely, extremely extensive training and mentoring community. I mean, my goodness sakes. I guess, hey there, hi Greg, good afternoon to you. So anyway, we put into practice something called the Daily Dose of Destiny, which we began about a full year ago. And this was with Coach Kurt on my team, who would do these every single day, Monday through Friday. Daily Dose of Destiny. And consistent, you better believe it. I think he always did it. I can't think of a time when he didn't. He would always show up and be consistent and deliver the goods. The Daily Dose of Destiny. And then, this must be about 2 weeks ago. So I'm the chief marketer of the company. I run the company and I map out all the marketing, and I'm like, something's got to change there. And it was as the workload that we have within our company and our team, and then seeing where the energy is going. So check, Coach Kurt was highly consistent, but I'm like, you know what? I think I need you elsewhere. And as I evaluate people's connectedness into Daily Dose of Destiny, I think we can let that go. And here's why. And then I explained it to him and my executive team. And I said, this is the shift that we need to make. And so what I want to say about this little storyline about consistency, yes, it is what wins the game. That was my background in the sports world. consistency and doing my pull-ups, push-ups, lift, leg lifts, blah, blah, blah. That got me to where I needed to go, right? Same in business. There's these mental disciplines that you have to have in place with great and tremendous unflinching consistency. However, here's where you need to check in with yourself. Track the data. Go by the data. Is this still a meaningful activity that is creating results for your business? So don't be blind about it. You have to check the data. So this was after a full year, and I think that would be enough to gauge and say, is there a tweak or an adjustment that we need to make here? Which, by the way, did you catch what I just said? Tweak and an adjustment? Well, in my master's program, we call it check and adjust. And that's what I did in that pivotal moment of I was just sizing things up. My executive officer, operations officer, was now running the Facebook ads for us. So there was some check and adjust for that. How do I clear more bandwidth for her? And then I'm telling Kurt, you know what? I'm going to have you build out the sales department. Therefore, that project that you are doing, that daily dose of destiny, that's got to go. And for the fact that we didn't get as much response out of that as we thought we would. And so that's just a true story in my team of where we made a meaningful check and adjust. All right, now I'm going to extrapolate. So there's a marketer I know, and we were at an event training together. This was in April. And she was saying, yep, and I've done 100 webinars, Ann, or whatever. I know she's doing the Facebook Lives with regularity, and then there was her webinars. And, kind of like the whole game was won by virtue of pushing through that consistency. And in my mind, I go, yeah, but did you check and adjust? Did you evaluate? Because I also knew somewhat of her stats from her webinar performance, and I'm like, for me, I check in with the data. And when the numbers are just right in my face like that, I go, that's got to change. And I make an adjustment. So my main takeaway with this about consistency is, yes, it does win the game. It does. But you must check and adjust. And how you do that is with the numbers. And there are so many tools and mechanisms in place. We're primarily online. It is insane the amount of data reporting software that you have available. It's actually our next critical hire in our company. The next critical hire is someone to help with the data, because my executives are operating at such a furious pace and workload that they don't have that time to pull together the data. And that's actually our next critical hire, is that. Because bar none, nothing wins like data. For giving you the knowledge to go, all right, time to ramp it up or time to tone it down, time to tweak and adjust. Nothing like data. And so I gave you a true life example in our team. And, a business is sometimes, it's a shifting, it's like the sand dunes. And like the roles and responsibilities, sometimes they shift and you have to step back and look at the ecosystem and make those kind of adjustments. So anyways, that's what I wanted to say. So please don't hear that I'm saying don't be consistent. I am. Be consistent, but check in with your data and let the data speak to you, and then reflect off of that and make the adjustments as needed. All right, in closing, make sure you go to annsiegmentor.com. You'll see the link here in this post. You can go there. Greg, I know you're already in my group, so that's awesome. So, and two, if you're watching the replay, write in #replay and any comments and thoughts that you might have. So thank you. I hope that you got a lot of value out of this time together. All right, till then, bye-bye.